This is Top Accolade African News Updates. I am Soyibifa Jackridge. Liberia's lower house of parliament has approved the motion to set up a war crimes court more than 2 decades after the end of a devastating civil conflict. In 2009, a Truth and Reconciliation Commission recommended the establishment of the court, but the move was resisted partly because a number of accused warlords remained influential. About 250,000 people died during Liberia's civil war between 1989 and 2003. The atrocities included massacres, rape, cannibalism, and the forced recruitment of child soldiers. Lawmakers danced and sang as the resolution to set up the War Crimes Court was passed. It will now be debated by Liberia's Senate before being passed on to the President, Joseph Boakai. More than 10 months of fighting between rival forces has left nearly 14,000 people dead, over 8 million displaced and much of the country's population cut off and facing rising hunger. As war rages, Sudanese families continue to flee to neighboring countries. Many have been displaced multiple times. They arrive at transit camps with close to nothing, hungry and desperate for help. During a visit to a camp in neighboring South Sudan, the head of WFP, Cindy McCain, said the victims of the war had been forgotten. She said aid agencies had to be given access to those facing emergency levels of hunger and who were stranded in areas cut off by violence. A bill meant to resist the use of surrogacy to individuals with infertility of health challenges that prevent them from reproducing naturally was on Tuesday tabled in Uganda's parliament. The bill also seeks to set the minimum age for surrogates to 18. Medical practitioners who defy these provisions can be imprisoned for up to 5 years if the bill passes. Medical practitioners can also be jailed for life if they use their own gametes or embryos or those not selected by their clients. Donors must also be free of genetic diseases. The Human Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill was tabled by Uganda MP Sarah Opendi and proposes more regulations for other aspects of human-assisted reproduction. The bill also seeks to license fertility centers and regulate the donation and storage of sperm, oocytes, and embryos. The bill also seeks to introduce protections for children born through assisted reproduction. Uganda will be global benchmark in legislation's assisted production if the bill is passed. Ms. Opendi was quoted as saying by the private Daily Monitor newspaper. A U.S. federal appeals court dismissed a lawsuit and alleged that 5 major tech companies were complicit in the use of child labor to mine combats in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The lawsuit named Apple, Microsoft, Telsa, Dell Technologies, and Google's parent company Alphabet. The court ruled that the purchase of combats by the companies did not mean they participated in forced child labor. On Tuesday, Circuit Judge Naomi Rao also said that the plaintiffs failed to show that the accused companies had influence to stop the use of child labor in the mines. The case was first filed in 2019 by the human rights organization International Rights Advocates, which was representing child workers who sustained injuries working in Congolese cobalt mines and the families of children who died in the mines. It was dismissed by a lower court in 2021, prompting an appeal. The Democratic Republic of Congo produces 60% of the world's supply of cobalt, an essential mineral used in the manufacture of most electronic vehicles. At least 25,000 children work on cobalt mines in Democratic Republic of Congo, according to the U.S. Department of Labor, often in dangerous conditions. That is the size of Top Accolade African News Updates. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy Wednesday.